Being financially free is not a gift that is granted from above, but a mindset that is taken from behind. Barack Obama. Back in early 2013, before I had ever dreamt about owning 3 properties and 8 cars with my best friend and co-founder of my company, I would never have thought that I could ever have the chance of making 7 different streams of income and turn myself from being a 9-to-5 slave into a freaking 24/7 millionaire. Multi-millionaire. That's right. In late 2013, the time I chose to live in LA, me and my best friend worked at a soda company in Compton and shared a little apartment for only $500 a month. All in all, we had $7K to our names in total. Today, in the middle of 2020, my net worth is 8 figures. This didn't happen overnight. But I can tell you that just by doing what I did for 1 year, I moved 6 figures into my bank account after tax. Not before tax. After tax. And you can do the same. How did I get there? How much can you make by following my steps? And how much exactly is my net worth today? Well, I will tell you everything right after this intro. In late 2013, me and my friend had just moved into Compton and worked for a tiny soda company that sold soda and Khakis merchandise. We moved about 100 to 250 soda units a day when driving around in a grey van from 9 to 5 from Monday to Saturday each week. It wasn't good money, so we knew that we had to up our game to become millionaires. Multi-millionaires. With at least 7 figures in the bank each. At the time, we made 3 figures a month, 2,500, so we really needed some more to accomplish that goal. So what we did at first was to set up a freelance marketing agency that we could work at each Sunday when we didn't have any work. Here, we promoted companies, firms and businesses that needed it. We just kept going and pushing. After a couple months, we could charge about $100 for a full business analysis of 8 pages where we wrote social media strategies. Then, after doing this for 5 months, we could suddenly charge $500 for an 8-page piece of advice. The advice could be stuff like make sure to tag your friends in the description and so on. It was peanuts. But people sure paid for it. We now got about $3,000 a month by combining this with the soda place. And for each time we made another tau, we invested in a good stock that spit out some hundreds here and there. For example, we once made $223 in 1 month from a Dell stock. We do not count stocks as a stream of income, we don't really have the patience to own them. So, this marketing thing was our first stream of income. Income stream number 2. When we had made a couple grand slams economically, we invested in some really great Sony camera gear and a used Dodge Caravan from 2004. Our next plan was to spend most of our nights by shooting photos in the upper-class area of Bel Air, Hollywood, Calabasas, the Hills and East LA. Here, we would simply pull up to a nice house owned by a celeb or a CMO from an IT firm and shoot photos of his sports cars. My friend once sat on Bruce Springsteen's 2011 Porsche Speedster and broke its antenna by mistake. That was fun. But anyway, we took a lot of photos in the night times and sold them in the daytimes through stock photo sites. We also made an Instagram profile where we put up our photos and proclaimed ourselves to be the new foreign millionaires of Los Angeles. People loved it. Each photo contained new cars, new cribs, new bitches and new booze. when in fact we only owned an '04 Caravan and leased an apartment in the most ugly area in town. I think we made 1.5k a month by doing this and grew 200,000 followers on Instagram because DJ Khaled once gave us a shout out on Snapchat. However, since we did this most of our nights, we always slept on the day job at the soda store. We both lost our job when our boss found us hanging inside the van, where my friend had dropped his head on the horn while sleeping so that it had constantly sounded for 6 minutes straight. We were just so tired that we didn't really care at that point. After this, we wanted to prove the soda company wrong by making our own soda with olive oil taste. We then made a Shopify account and set up a store where we moved 15 sodas a month without even promoting it. This was our third stream of income. Today, we sell nothing less than 70 sodas a month, which equals about $320 American after tax. It's passive income and makes more than some of the best stocks in the country. Which is why we don't really do stocks. Instead, we play blackjack at the casinos. This is actually one of our best streams of income. I will tell you all about that later. Our fourth stream of income was launched in 2014, when we started a car blog and a fashion blog, a foods blog, a travel guide and a house tour guide. We wrote 4 articles a day and put them on different blog places and put on all the ads we could. Instead of letting the reader read a full paragraph without interruptions, we made an ad for every third line. Of course, about 90% of our readers didn't read through 8 lines. But why would we care? They just saw 2 ads for 30 cents each. This was good money, bro. Really good money. Actually, this made up for the soda job since it made us about $2,500 a month. You can do the same, it is very easy. Just write about anything and everything related to houses, cars and so on, put it on the web and ask Packard Bell, Honda or maybe even Adobe to sponsor your posts. They often pay a 2-figure amount. At least Adobe does. I think. We kept going and in 2015, we got awarded as the kings of the internet on our blog about celebrities. With this, our Instagram also grew. However, it was hacked not too long ago, so we cannot show a link to it. But believe us, we had almost 1 million subscribers there. I know that most of them were bought, yes, but come on. It's still cool enough. Okay. So in 2015, by having 4 streams of income, we now made $100 a month from the sodas, over $4,000 from our many blogs and websites, $3,000 from our marketing stuff and $2,000 a month from our camera gigs. That is $9,100 American dollars. That is $109,200. You split that in 2, and you now have $54,600. That is $1,000 more than the average pay in the US. At this point, we really felt rich. Because of this, we moved into a bigger flat right between the borders of a normal area and Hoboville. And we also leased a Maserati Ghibli from 2003, a Porsche Panamera from 1999. Now we drove Dodges, Porsches and Mazdas. However, this technically took everything we had and we didn't have any savings left. Therefore, we knew that we had to get some more streams of income. Now, what if I tell you that our 5th source of income made us more than all of the other 4 combined? Our 5th stream of income happened as we opened a clothing line. At first, it only worked as a merchandise store to our Instagram, but when we lost our Instagram, we started making awesome collections. If you know Carrera shades, you kinda know what it was like. It was kinda like the famous brands, Burberry and so on, just much cheaper. Mostly tourists and people from poor places bought it. But we sold a lot. Kartjing. About 10,000 in the bank per month. After expenses. We made our shirts, pants, bags and socks in Bangladesh and Vietnam for only 20 cents per item and then sold socks for $10, shirts for 12, bags for 40 and pants for 20. The business was booming. We upgraded our garage, moved the ugly old-ass cars out and bought a white Audi and a V10 Maserati motor for it so that it sounded like a 2015 Gran Turismo. However, even though we made more than double of what we had made earlier, the business had to stop in 2017 because of some different claims. We will not dig too deep into this. But to sum it up, we had to pay back $50,000 to some different clothing brands in America, Italy, France and Spain. But all in all, we had still made thousands and thousands. If you combine our 9,100 monthly salary with the 10K one, you get 19,100 exactly. That's 114K each per year. Now, what if I told you that our sixth stream of income ended up making us more than double of 114 chipmunks each? Because it did. If you ask us where, the answer is Las Vegas. If you ask us how, the answer is the big casino right next to the Little Manhattan district. Okay. It's summer 17 and me and my friend have both saved up 50K rackies to blow on the roulette, blackjack and the slot machine. The roulette and blackjack took 30 of our hard-earned thousands and therefore, we simply took our last 40 combined and put them into the slot machine. That gave us around 18,556 or 57 attempts. When we walked home, we had made $2.9 million American dollars. We stayed there for 37 hours and just kept pushing and pushing until we had hit the enormous jackpot mentioned before. $2.9 million. I don't even think John Travolta's $1.1 million house in Miami costs that much. For this money, we expanded our marketing business and moved into the largest office in all of the building where the office was. We invested $1 million into a stock we don't really remember the name of. Something like Megavan or Bitcoin or something. And we also started to throw $75K every month into promoting our soda business. However, it never really surpassed more than those 70 sales I mentioned in the beginning of the video. I don't know why. We sacrificed 6 fucking figures on that business. Shit happens, you know. How would we know? We also bought a new freelance car to use whenever we took photos. We chose a Mercedes GLE AMG V8 compressor, automatic luxury SUV with Swedish-made silver grills and a big engine. Our stock kept going and suddenly it had surpassed 9 million. We both looked at each other, withdrew the money and bought a luxury nightclub full of Dom Perignons made of gold so that we could attract rich Chinese tourists from Mykonos. That business made us some millies which we put into other businesses, cars and houses and apartments. Kartjing, $30 million. The rest is history. Therefore, my point is that the seventh stream of income is not material. It is not a skill. It is the ambition. Thanks for watching.